Let's check in with the chief, Jim Benfleet.
It's a system we've been talking about since Thursday, one that would not move. And up until this point, we've been mainly okay just saturating the ground. But it's the next 24 hours, if we're going to flood, this would be the time it happens. These storms that are just about to move into areas of the Nature Coast that are under the flood watch, that goes until 8 o'clock tomorrow night, and have already seen between 4 and 7 inches of rain on the coast, up to 2 feet of rain offshore, dodging a bullet there. What I'm showing you right now is wind shear, and in the highlights to the north side of the storm, that's why you don't see any clouds or any convection. There's high wind shear to the north of this. I'll explain why that matters in just 1 second. There is also dry air, which is these colors in orange, to the north side of Invest 99L, where the blues are the storms and clouds that have been firing up. Why is that important? Why does it matter? Well, let's talk about this and what we will need to watch for in the next couple days. All right, you're a parent. You have 3 kids. The oldest is wind shear, middle kid is dry air, and the youngest is Invest 99L. If you have 3 kids, you know the older 2 like to bully and beat up on the youngest ones. So until we see the wind shear get out of here and go to college and the dry air go off to trade school, Invest 99L can't blossom and become its own, have its own identity. Here's what I think you can expect. The next 24 hours, still a disorganized low over the Florida Straits, but moments where it looks fairly impressive, more so than it has. The next 48 hours, we go back and forth where it strengthens and weakens. And then in the next 72 hours, I believe we'll get a lockdown on track and intensity. A lot of lightning pummeling the Gulf beaches right now, so I'm sure a lot of our vacationers and people who live on the coast have had to pull up and just wait it out. This will not be an all-night event, but had to make an adjustment to your Saturday forecast. Everything that's firing up out there in the Gulf, I think, could give us a chance at some morning and midday showers and storms. So as this pulls away tonight, it looks like it's going to try to form some sort of mid-level low. That's not 99L, and this is not tropical, but as this tries to spin up a little vorticity, I do think we could see some showers pulled in across that. So I would be ready for a chance at not only afternoon and evening showers and storms, we may have some 5 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning as well. So the water temperatures, it's about to enter those hot pink colors, magenta colors. That's 88 to 90 degree water. So that's some pretty high fuel, high octane fuel to allow the right ingredients to come together for this to form. We're still tracking a couple of late night storms for you. Sarasota County, we're pretty much done in Tampa Bay for the next couple of hours. However, moving into Lakewood Ranch right now, as well as around Northport, still lightning, thunder, and heavy rain moving into Sarasota just before midnight. And around Northport, these showers that are coming up from Port Charlotte are doing it, I'd say right around midnight as well, to Venice, Vamo at about 12:14. But first, let me get you tonight. Look at all the lightning right here running the I-95 corridor from Daytona Beach all the way down to about Homestead. And that, where we've had sunshine, is more unstable. So where all that lift is occurring, I think some of the atmosphere behind it, we actually will have to have a little bit of sinking air. Where air rises, something has to come in and replace it because it's water vapor. So it will be fluid in movement. And what that will mean is I think the leading edge of some of this will just be weakening showers. But there's still plenty of energy in the Gulf off of Fort Myers, Sarasota, that's going to try to sweep up here. So I still think widely spread showers and storms in store for tonight. Lakewood Ranch, you can see some blue skies here. We'll have scattered storms till about 9 o'clock tonight. Upper 80s for the first hour or 2 of the early evening, and then we'll be in the low 80s late evening. And tomorrow starts you right about average, mid-70s for this time of the year, 75 to 77 degrees. Sunny, dry, light winds, just like the last few days. For the first half of the day, don't have to worry about rain gear or wet roads and traffic because of rain and storms. But after about 3 o'clock, that does begin to change. It is an active tropical belt over the African equatorial regions. So we've got about 4 other systems that we're keeping an eye on. Of course, yes, it's all the way across the Atlantic, but we're at that time of the year where named systems will come one after another. And it's not uncommon to have 3 named systems at one time. But again, Fiona and Gaston and Hermine, the next one's up in the lineup. This is the bullet we have dodged. Now, this is all timed out as we've been talking about the last couple days. We expected the bullseye to be just off of the coast, but the amounts that we are talking are around 1 foot to 2 feet of rain. And if you look at these areas, it's going to be around 12 to 19 inches. we're only talking about 20, 30 miles offshore of Hernando and Pasco County. A little farther for the area of 2 feet of rain. We're probably in the neighborhood of about 60 to 80 miles offshore, but still, in the grand scheme of things, and you see how wide this is, that's not many miles. So we so far have been right on target with what we expected where the range to be. But now I think you're getting perspective of what we were talking about last Thursday and Friday. And a lot of you on social media love this one. I know Dion does, right? Skeeter meter.
I like the way you say it, Jim.
Me too.
We need to record that, right? It's a little country, isn't it? All right. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be in a high category with high humidity, the rain we've seen, and winds fairly light. All the right ingredients for a lot of mosquitoes. Allergens have been down so far in the last few days, grass, ragweed, and chenopons. But as we get into the weekend with a little lower rain coverage to wash anything out of the air, we'll probably start to see more stuff fly around, so a medium count is expected. But first, I think we have the heat, and it could be pretty hot in some suburbs, South Tampa, MacDill Air Force Base, downtown Tampa, even 93, 94 degrees for highs, around 91 in Crystal River, 90 in Spring Hill. Look for 92 in Sarasota, Manatee County, around Bradenton, Parrish, Ellington, about 92 degrees as well. Northport, 91, and in the heartland, around 90 degrees. Haines City, Bartow, 91 in Lakeland. Those will be the things in the days ahead that we're watching to see, could this become a player in the U.S. coastlines? Again, once they're around Hispaniola, we usually can see a curve around the Bermuda High, and it's the outer banks of the Carolinas, Virginia, that kind of thing. But with the high breaking down and a front looks like it's going to come down as well, that could keep it on a more westerly track around Cuba. As we get the Hurricane Hunter flights, which they went in today, they are in there now and will go in again tomorrow. When we can find a true center as the storm gets stronger, the models will get better. And I think that starts to happen tomorrow and definitely by Friday. And if we are dealing with it in Florida on the West Coast, Monday and Tuesday look to be the days, but be ready. Second half of the day Sunday. So we'll, just to be safe, say second half of the day Sunday through Tuesday. Until then, August heat and typical afternoon and evening storms, 93, and late afternoon storms will be about a 50% coverage for the next 3 days. It gets to a name status. Hermine is the next name in the lineup, and it still has a lot to overcome before that happens. But this is the European model, which at least all week long, since Sunday, even Monday, we have seen consistency in the path of whatever this would be. Tropical storm Gaston likely to wind up again a little bit stronger. In fact, even go to almost a moderate category 2 hurricane with winds around 100 to 110 miles an hour as we get into Monday and Tuesday. So as it swings around, it's likely going to pull that low 99L up as well.
That is a piece of art right there.
I want one. Don't you?
300, yes, absolutely.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. As you said, coming out of the break, storms are starting to develop very rapidly in parts of the 10 News viewing area, more over Sarasota, but we're starting to see them really become widespread as well, I think, in the next hour over the Bay Area. So now we've got you caught up on the tropics. Let's run down your Friday and weekend. Tonight we'll be seeing temperatures in the mid-80s, and after about 11 o'clock we might have a couple showers come back at the Bay, but most of the evening storms will be east of I-75. Saturday, 77 to start, sunny and calm winds, goes to 91 for a high temperature and about a 30% coverage of storms after we hit our high for the day.
Picture behind Jim has improved a lot
Yes,
in the
it
past
has.
few minutes.
It was busy.
It was very busy. This is a time lapse. I want to show you. Watch this.
Okay.
Take a look. So beautiful, hot, 94 degrees, dry, calm winds, and a beautiful start to the day. But of course, with clear skies, that means the heat comes on very quickly. Low to mid 80s by mid-morning, and we should be around 90 degrees by the noon hour. Thank you for checking out your forecast out on the 10 News app, WTSP.com. A look at the storms on Wednesday on the Sky 10 Network as several rounds tore up Sarasota County with heavy rains, a lot of lightning, and we are looking for a similar setup for Thursday. Most of the day dry, sunshine filled, and very, very pretty, but getting very hot very quickly. The rain totals from now through next Friday. And the Euro, which is a very good and consistent model long range, is pinning 10 to 20 inches of rain. Yeah, you heard that right. 10 to 20 inches of rain from the Panhandle through the west coast of Citrus and Hernando and possibly even Pasco or northern Pinellas County, with most of the Bay Area seeing about 5 to 8 inches. Now, if we get that over 5 or 6 days, we could likely deal with that without major flooding. I want to show you the kind of lightning that we may be seeing tomorrow. Take a look at this. This was shot by Brian with Subsurface Media around Siesta Key. Look at this. Isn't that great? That's nice slow motion. Brian sent that to us today.
And Jim, I can see that we've got some storms
Yes.
coming right off the coast right now.
We are tracking a few storms. They're going away from us in most cases, a little bit different today. I'll show you where they're going in a moment, but I've got some really incredible lightning video. We always love lightning pictures,
Yeah.
right?